Guys, this is the daily market outlook, the daily watch list for Monday, March 27th. I put these videos out for you guys for free every single day, so thank you for joining me today. If you've never seen one of these videos before, if you don't know what we do here, what we teach, the Strat, is going to change the way that you guys trade in the stock market. It's like nothing you've ever seen before. There's no indicators. We use strictly what the candlesticks tell us to do. And you're going to learn about all that here. And if you don't learn it here and you want to dive in a little deeper to what we teach here and what we show, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Click the bell. The bell gives you the notifications for when I send out the videos for free every single day. Now, I've got over 100 learning tool videos for you guys. I've got a bunch of playlists set up for you guys, so you don't have to go searching for certain videos. It's all laid out for you guys in the channel, so make sure you guys go check that out. Let's get started on this watch list. I do want to point out this screen, what we chart with, is called TradingView. You can see that right up here. If you've never used TradingView before, if you go into the description, there's a link in the description for TradingView. That link will get you a free 30-day trial to the subscription-based services. And then if you decide to use those sub-services, you'll get up to $30 off of that subscription. So if you've never used TradingView before, you want to try it out, that's your avenue to do it, so go check it out. But let's get started on this list. And we're going to start out with my favorite, the ticker, the ETF that I trade every single day. That is SPY. So what do we have on SPY? So SPY has, we are on the daily chart, SPY has a 2 down that finished green. You notice the candlestick numbers, you notice these inside bars painted yellow, the outside bars painted white. That's part of the Griswold Strat indicator that I've created for you guys. You can get that as part of the membership, or you can get it with the link in the description below. That indicator also gives you this time frame continuity right here, which is one of the main key cogs when we're trading using this strategy or any strategy. This is what you should really be looking at. This tells you that we have buyers across the board on the hourly, the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the quarterly, the yearly. If you don't understand time frame continuity, I've made a video for you guys on that. It's free. You guys can go check it out in the channel, okay? Time frame continuity and how it works, how we use it. So SPY has a 2 down that finished green. So a 2 down is a candle that only breaks below the previous candle. It breaks to the downside of the previous candle only. And then we started to trend back up. So we broke it and then we trended back up. So I like to call these failed 2s. And when we have a 2 down that finishes green, to me, that gives me a high probability that this trade is going to trend up, back to the upside. And when we have full time frame continuity like we do here, and again, when we open up on Monday, this candle is could change to red, this could change to red, and this could change to red. And that's why Rob Smith, the creator of the Strat, always says, let them open. So if we trend down, these 3 right here are going to be red. These 3 right here are still going to be green. So we'll see what happens. To me, SPY is telling me, yes, I'm headed back up. I've got a 2 down. I finished green. I've got full time frame continuity. Our trigger, 395.84. As soon as we break the high of this candle right here, we're in this trade. This is our first target. And the way I like to trade, guys, and if you can't get this on the daily chart, go look for the same type of setups on the 30-minute, the hourly, the 15-minute. Look for those 2-2 reversals into time frame continuity. Look for the inside bar breaks, the 1-2 reversals or continuations into time frame continuity, and then go manage it on a smaller trade or on a smaller time frame. So the way I do it, I really love the 15. I'll set my triggers and my targets on the 15, and I go manage that trade on the 5-minute all day long. It's what I do every single time. You can go check out the short videos that I've done recently. Those show you exactly how to do it. The main videos that I've got show you exactly how I do it, okay? So triggers at 395.84, first target at 399.29. That's good magnitude. It's a $4 move. We'll see if we can get there on Monday. We move on to Apple. AAPL with that inside bar. And again, we have this full time frame continuity right across the board, guys. Very key component when we're looking for high probability trades. And I know I've mentioned high probability already. I'm going to talk to you about it again because every trade, every strategy that we look at, that you guys look at, that the guy sitting across from you is looking at, everything has to be based off of probability. It can't be any other way because we don't know what the next candlestick's going to be. So whether you're looking at this strategy, EMA crossings, VWAPs, whatever you want to look at, everything is based off of probability of what may occur. And when it doesn't occur, how are you handling that trade? How are you managing your risk? And that's the key, guys. That's what makes a good trader, or a great trader, a great trader, is how good are they at managing risk? Because anybody can come along and just click that buy button and be right 50% of the time. But when you're not right that other 50% of the time, what are you doing to mitigate your risk? And that's what we teach here. We show clear entries, we show clear exits. Okay, that's what this channel does. That's what this strategy does. And that's why it is so simple. A lot of people look at it and say it can't be this simple. It is this simple. Listen, I've always said when you simplify trading, trading becomes simplified. Okay, and that's exactly what we do here. We simplify trading so it becomes simplified. So inside bars, guys, or 1 bars. Okay, there's the number 1. They do not break the high. They do not break the low of the previous candle. They stay within that range. It's a tightening range, a squeezing range. When you have the indicator and you see these yellow bars, I want you guys to think of a spring becoming compacted, squished down, loaded, squeezed. And when you remove that pressure, you're looking for this to jump or really move or bounce in one direction or the other. And we can go back and look at past inside bars to see how that works. And it doesn't always work, guys. It doesn't. And again, that's probability. But the majority of the time, yes, it works. So we triggered here and we hit targets and it worked. This one, we opened way down here and then it ran outside bar. This one here, we opened, ran down, and then came back up. Did we get targets? No, but we had a really nice run there. Okay? And again, it doesn't always work. Sometimes we get these little tags here where we don't have a lot of movement on them. Okay? There's very little movement or we gap. This is an example of a big gap up and then it trended back down. So we have a way to play the gaps as well. If you guys are worried about how to play the gaps, I've got a whole series on how to play morning gaps, okay? So you can go check that out if you have issues with those as well. So the inside bars, we can take the break of the high or the low of this inside bar. We can take calls at 160.34, puts at 157.85, and our targets just go to the high of the preceding wick or the low of the preceding wick. And now we are live here, so if you guys do have questions, you can leave them on the right-hand side in the chat, or if you're watching this as a recorded message, leave them down below in the comment section. I'll get back to you guys usually within 24 hours. You can also get a hold of me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold, or there's a link down below to get in on the Discord. The Discord is free, okay? It's free to join up there. I give out all kinds of information there as well. You can ask me questions there. We also have a premium membership as part of that Discord, a Griswold Gold membership. It's $50 a month, and it's worth more than what that $50 is. You get a 1-hour strat course that I've created for you guys. It takes you right from the basics to a little bit more of the advanced stuff with this strategy. You get live trading bots. You get access to me one-on-one time with just me through Google Meets or Zoom. Top 5s from this list that I give out every single day. There's a bunch of stuff in there that really help you immerse yourself in this strategy and really get a hold of it. So DraftKings also has this inside bar. We can look for those calls at 1782, puts at 1713, and we're going to mark the first target. And it looks like it's exactly the same. It's actually not. It's just below. So we're going to change that to green. Those are my targets. And then we can put our second target right there. Okay, so that's the setup for DraftKings off of that inside bar. We go to Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company, there's that 2 down green. We'll look for calls at 1151. First target's at 1178. I've got these 2 pink lines. These 2 pink lines represent the inside bar on the weekly, okay? So 2 things tell me that. This yellow circle on the time frame indicator right here tells me we are inside bar on the week. These 2 pink lines that I placed also tell me we are inside bar on the week. And if I go there, there's our inside bar that we're currently sitting on the week, okay? And there will be a weekly swing video. So I've got a bunch of plays set up for the market outlook for the week of March 27th, so we can look at that as well. Microsoft with another inside bar, full time frame continuity to the upside, calls at 280.57, puts at 275.28. Our first target to the upside is the break of the inside bar on the weekly. Again, there's our weekly indicator with the circle around it. If I go to the weekly, there's the inside bar, 3-1 setup. We're looking to break. If we trigger and hit first targets on the daily, we can go long on the week on Microsoft, okay? That's the setup for Mr. Softy, MSFT. We go into Alibaba, inside bar on Alibaba, calls at 88.11, puts at 85.63. The target's marked out for you guys there. CRM, Salesforce. This is quite a large inside bar. I like to usually see them a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact. But we do have this inside bar. We've got full time frame again to the upside. So calls at 190.32, first target at 190.56. Triggers and targets to the bottom side as well if that occurs. We move into Google. So Google, this is what you call a 1-2-2 rev strat is what we're looking for. It's basically a 2-2 reversal with a 1 preceding it. They call it a 1-2-2 rev strat. This is also a hammer candle. So there are 3 actionable signals. Cyberdog, Jermaine looks for these all the time. He looks for hammer candles, which we have here. We have this body and a wick that's 2 times the size of this body. That's an actionable signal. The inside bars, those are actionable signals. And the shooter candle, the opposite of a hammer candle, or the inverse. So we have this big body at the bottom with the wick to the top, 2 times the size of the body. Those are 3 actionable signals. 3 signals you can look for to push you into a direction of the trade. This is a bullish pattern, the hammer candle. The shooter candle is a bearish pattern. So we have a bunch of things in our favor here. We have a hammer candle. Okay, we've got full time frame continuity across the board to the upside. So we can look for this trigger on Google at 106.16 and look for a first target at 107.10. Google is a good setup for Monday. MU, inside bar, full time frame continuity again to the upside. Let's mark that target to the upside for you guys. There we go. First target to the upside. So calls at 61.40, puts at $60.50 on Micron Technology. American Airlines, there's the 2 down that finished green. We're going to look for calls at 13.74, first target at 14.18. That's good magnitude to that first target. Adobe, okay, we don't get these very often. They're double inside bars. So same thing as a regular inside bar. We just have 2 straight days of consolidation. So 2 days of squishing, squeezing, 2 days of not knowing which direction we're going to go. We have full time frame continuity across the board. This setup here, these double inside bars, I have an indicator as well. It's part of the Griswold Strat indicator that I created for you guys, but it highlights these 3 ones right here in gold, and it highlights the double inside bars in blue. They're so rare. I don't know how far back we're going to have to go to find one of these things. But let's keep going. Keep going. There it is. So we have to go all the way back to May of 21. Okay, and there was last time we had that double inside bar, and we get this big run up. And it gapped, but we still had that big run up. So that's what we look for. We look for those big moves, those big gains off of those double inside bars. So you can look at Adobe. I'm not sure what the premiums are on this. I'm not sure what the spreads are on this. You'll have to check it out. But calls at 375.23, puts at 367.72 on Adobe. We go to AFRM. There's an inside bar on AFRM as well. So calls at 10.36, puts at 9.67 on AFRM. We'll move on to CCL. That's Carnival Cruise Lines. Carnival Corporation, 2 down green. We're going to look for calls to the upside, 9.27. We hit that first target right here. That's our trigger to go 2 up on the week off of the inside bar again. Again, we have that yellow circle. We also have the 2 pink lines on CCL. AMC, another double inside bar on AMC. So again, these do not happen very often. They're very rare, but they're a powerful setup. So let's go find that double inside bar, the blue highlight. that tells us we have a double inside bar. Okay, I like to go back and check because it tells me and shows us that yes, it works sometimes, but not all the time. The probability tells us it works out. So here, again, it wasn't a great play. We triggered up a bit and then reversed back down. If we go try and find one more on AMC, again, this one, we triggered, we hit targets, target 2, and we just missed filling that gap. But it continued down for, what do we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight days. It continued down. We had a little TTO here and back down some more. So that's what we look for. I'd like to see the breaks a little bit bigger normally, but that's not what has occurred recently on AMC. So double inside bar on AMC. There's your setup for Monday. BA, inside bar on the week. Those are those two pink lines. There's my yellow circle. We're going to look for calls to come back up to the upside. 197.57 trigger. 201.50 is the target. 2 down green on BAC. We look for calls at 27.29. Citigroup, there's the hammer candle that we look for. Calls at 43.12. First target, nice move to the upside at 44.85 on Citigroup with the hammer candle. Comcast, CMCS, there's a 2 down green. We'll look for calls at 36.13. And we can put that first target up there for you guys at 36.48. There is a little bit of conflict because the weekly is telling us that there's a potential for this to go 2 down, and there is. And sometimes we get conflict like that. You have to see which one is going to take precedent. CVS, we've talked about this one all year. Downward spiral from the start of the year. Inside bar. Outside of Friday, we've got full time frame continuity to the downside. So if it was me, the puts are your stronger play here on CVS. Puts at 72.13. Calls are still probable at 73.56. But I would say they're likely, probability-wise, to be less profitable. Not saying they won't work, but your better play is likely to the downside. So Chevron, CVX, 2 down green. We're going to look to trend up off of a 156.65 trigger. And then again, we have those 2 pink lines. That's the inside bar on the weekly. There's my yellow circle telling me I have an inside bar on the weekly. DIA, the diamonds, Dow Jones Industrial ETF, 2 down green. We'll look for the calls at 322.46 on the diamonds. Edwards Life Sciences, ticker symbol EW, inside bar. Full time frame to the upside, so we can look for calls at 81.02, first target at 81.16. Puts to the downside at 79.37, and our first target to the downside would break us to the 2 down on the weekly, okay, outside of the inside bar on the weekly setup. General Motors, we can call that a hammer candle. 2 down green, failed 2. We're going to look to go back to the upside. Triggers at 33.78, first target at 34.76. There's a hammer candle on Goldman Sachs, also an inside bar on the week. So we'll see how this one plays out. Triggers at 312.57 on GS. Inside bar, and this is a small inside bar. It's what I like to see. The tighter ranges for the inside bars likely provides a better move. So we can look for calls at 10.03, puts at 9.72, and then we also have a trigger for the weekly to go 2 down on the week at $9.61. Meta, we've got an inside bar on Facebook. We can look for calls at 207.58, puts at 203.55. You can mark your targets out at the top of the preceding wick for calls and the bottom of the preceding wick for puts. Moderna with an inside bar. This is actually a 3-1 setup. So 3-1 setups don't happen very often. They're fairly powerful. So we look for the breaks. It's basically looking for the breaks off of the inside bar. So when we look at this 3-1 setup that we had, it's indicated by this gold highlight. We had a really nice run off of this 3-1 setup. So this is what we look for off of those powerful setups. We're going to look for it again off of this 3-1 setup here. An outside bar, inside bar setup, a 3-1 setup. We have triggers, okay? Calls 152.57, first target at 153.76, and then we can look for the puts at 148.97, and then the first target at 146.90. So again, these are high probability setups. Here's another one, 3-1, went outside bar, okay? So we opened, didn't hit targets, and then came back down. I like to show you guys this because that's sometimes what happens, and sometimes we get really big runs like this for multiple days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, okay, on Moderna off of the 3-1 setup. So from Moderna, we will go to Nike. Nike has the 2-down green, not quite a hammer candle, but it's pretty close, and it's a 122 rev strat that we'd be looking for into full time frame continuity when that candle opens on Monday. So calls at 121, first target, nice move, $2.27 move to the first target. Okay, Pfizer, 2-down green as well, so we can look for calls at 40.46. Pins, 3-1 setup, we just talked about these. Calls at 27.78, puts at 27.22. Targets marked out for you guys accordingly. PayPal, there's a 2-down green on PayPal. Let's move these. There's your trigger. There's your target. And again, there is your full time frame continuity. This is key, guys. This is key. This is a high probability trade because it's telling us on the yearly, the quarterly, the monthly, right across the board, we have buyers on this, okay? We have people saying, yes, we're buying PayPal. This should be trending up based on that, okay? QCOM has an inside bar, full time frame continuity, calls at 124.93, puts at 122.25. Close to a hammer candle on the Qs, QQQ, full time frame continuity. We are at the top of a broadening formation, so we could have the possibility of trending back down on the Qs, but based off of this setup that I'm looking at, the 122 rev strat with close to a hammer candle, we can look for calls at 310.99. Starbucks, 2-down green, hammer candle. Okay, calls at 98.43, first target $100.13. 2-down green on target, calls at 156.57. Wells Fargo, 2-down green. Looks like we just passed to go 2-down on the yearly. So that orange line is my yearly. This is the 12-month chart. We have gone 2-down, okay? Right here. Okay, we're 2-down on the year now on Wells Fargo. So we'll see how this one plays out. Could we trend up? Yep. But if we trend down, we've got full time frame continuity for a 2-2 continuation on WFC. Guys, that's a list. Hopefully it helped you guys out. I wish you nothing but the best trading on Monday. If you have questions, leave them in the comment section. Get a hold of me on Twitter. Join the Discord. The link is in the description below. It's free. You can join in on the membership. It's $50 a month. You buy 2 months. You get 1 month free. And it includes, like I said, a lot of stuff. You get the top 5 from these videos every single day. I break it down. I give you guys the top 5s. There's a 1-hour strat course, live trading bots on ticker symbols like SPY, QQQ, Disney, Apple, Tesla. Sends you out live trades so you guys don't have to go looking for them. You look at them, they send them out. You can go check them out and decide if you want to trade them or not. And there's also a bunch of other really great stuff. One-on-ones with myself. I've got a new book coming out. It is not out yet. It will be really, really soon. But it is in the works. It's basically a book on trading psychology. A few of the people, my followers, have read it. I have sent it out to them. So good luck trading, guys. I wish you nothing but the best, and we will see you all